Thought Slime had a very interesting video on AI art and what it means to real art. I agree with a lot of what he said. As for the technical aspects on how the computer program works, not a coder, sounds fairly accurate, that the computer is able to recognize patterns, emulate those patterns, and if you keep telling it you got it wrong, it's looking for specific patterns to get it right. So he's probably right on that entire thing. And then he did three things that I'm actually going to call him out on. The first is keeps referring to Captain America as Captain Avenger. Maybe he's worried his head will explode if he says America and not be a self-righteous, elitist jerk, if he's not criticizing it to no end. Personally, you should try it. Say it. America. And if your head explodes, I win. If your head doesn't explode, but you realize it's not going to kill you to call a superhero by their actual superhero name, then I still win. So it's a risk I'm willing to take. Now, let's get back to the other two things. Number two is the idea that good art is like meat and potatoes. Honestly, or I should say healthy food. It kind of isn't. There was an art gallery that had this provocative statue carved by someone of a police officer relieving themselves into a helmet. I believe it was supposed to be a woman officer. For somebody like him, he might call this good, provocative art, takedown of the system. It's just somebody disrespecting law enforcement. Sorry, doesn't say anything at all. It's just mean. And then other aspects of it. Movies like Chinatown. I don't understand why Chinatown is considered highly regarded as it is. It was a good mystery movie, a good detective story, until the very end when Jack Nicholson's character, Jake, made a stupid movie character style mistake that cost a bunch of people their lives, allowed the villain to get away, but the story acted like, oh, this is rich people can get away with anything. Don't buy it. Great movie. Didn't agree with the premise that the story was trying to make, so I got nothing out of it. Where if I eat a salad, I might not like the taste of the salad, but I get something out of it, or the nutrients in the salad are still going to be good for me. Now let's get to the problem I have with him attacking the MCU. It's actually the opposite problem. I think this guy has seen MCU movies. He said he's seen MCU movies. But I think he may have been looking his nose down to him so he didn't watch the MCU movies. Civil War is at its core a division of friends arguing over power. You had the leader of one who was a soldier who always agreed with the system, who fought for the system and then saw it be corrupted, realized that it could not be trusted with the power to regulate, in this case, superheroes. And so he changed sides. On the other side, you had Iron Man, a man who all of his life thought he had all the answers. And when mistakes were made and people died, he could not trust himself with power. And this created a divide that literally led to a fight between these two friends that were brothers in arms. that is a beautiful work. That could be done in a variety of settings. Here's another one. Thor. The first movie, it's about a man who had everything, who lost everything, and learned what it is to be a person. Now, this story could be done as somebody who loses their wealth and finds a new way in living among the common people. In this case, it is a god who became a man, who learned what it is to be human. Now, later movies tried to be more funny. Some of the attempts of the death did not work. But there was depth there. Then you had, then you had Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, at its core, is a broken family. When the mother died at the hands of murder, it wasn't just, oh, well, we're going to go slay the murder and have stop the bad guys and have a happy ending. The sister went off and did her own thing. The brother went off and tried to live a semi-normal life. And the father went back to his old violent ways. This was a broken family. Now, I picked 3 examples. Like any franchise, like any story, there's going to be differences. There's going to be hits and misses. I think these were all hits, but they were all hits because they went beyond just, let's have a special effects fight and make it cool. They backed it up with great storytelling. And because a pretentious guy says that great storytelling is for the masses, then it must not be there. By the way, if you actually understand a lot of Shakespeare, some of his jokes were rather crude and lowbrow. Shakespeare would probably not be above doing an MCU movie if he was alive today. He'd probably like the money and see the potential of doing something interesting with those types of characters, as he did with Henry VIII, Greek mythology with Midsummer Night's Dream, etc., etc.